I am pretty sure that I am not alone when I say that I have little bits from various other projects that I have a choice. I can either A, put it away and just let it collect dust until someday maybe I'll use it, or before I put it away, I can try to use as much of it as I can and maybe hopefully even use it all. Dare I dream? I know I'm not alone. I know you know what I'm talking about, right? So let me catch you up to date in case you are new here. Well, first of all, I'm so sorry. So rude of me. Hi, everyone. I'm Maddie, and I am with SpectrumArtCreations.com. And if you are a current subscriber, thank you so much for tuning back in and joining us for yet another video. If you're new, this is your first time wandering in here, well, welcome. We're so glad that you're here, and we hope that you'll find something that you will like and be inspired. We have tons of videos from journal making to tags to layouts to card making to mixed media. You name it, it's in the channel. So we are very eclectic. We jump around all over the place. Now, with that said, I'm in the mood for making a tag. And I figure maybe that would be a really quick project that we can spit out and make just a really fun tag and try to use as much as this of it as we can. So let me kind of fill you in. We had done some little birdie layout, some 12 by 12 layouts. One was a fireplace, one was hanging ornaments. These are leftovers from that project. So I figure, okay, before I put those away, let me see if I can use them. These were left over from the Elizabeth Craft Designs card that I had made with the stars, where I had punched out all these elements and I had used magicals to color them, so they have all kinds of color variations and just really, really, really cool. Um, and this one, I kind of gave the flower a different shape. You see that? Than the one I did before. So just to kind of show you that, and I'll link all these videos down below. This one, I'll link this one. And if you go look at those poinsettias that I had done previously, totally different look than this. So I wanted to show you that you can use the exact same die in different ways by reshaping your flowers, by also coloring them. Oh man, I didn't bring them out, did I? I had done some blue. Oh, here, look. I had started to do blue and then I kind of, changed my mind halfway because, that's how we are. But look how pretty they look in blue, right? So you can also use them in different colors. So super fun. Anyway, we're not going to use these today. I don't think. Maybe. Not the blue, but I don't know. I don't know. Oops, sorry. Focus. And that goes for me too. Focus, Maddie. So all of those are leftovers from that other project, from the card with the star, with a dimensional star. This was left over from another project where I had made this basket and this die with the actual birdhouse that comes with this die, and we had done a fall theme layout, right, or a card or a panel. And I had another basket, an extra basket I had made. So I figured, you know what? We can do it Christmas, because this die with the basket, again, I'll link that fall card or panel down below so you can see the full die in its glory. That die can be used for spring, can be used for fall, can be used for Christmas, can be used for any season. So I am in love with this die, by the way. Then I did some faux stained glass or sun catcher ornaments, and I started to use this beautiful pad. It's one of my favorites. I love the Nutcracker since I was a kid. Pad from Ciao Bella. So I have some pieces here that I guess I can use. I only use like 2 pages. And then the rest of this, I do have another plan for some of this, by the way. So you'll have to stay tuned for the third project using this pad. So if you've got the Nutcracker, here's the cover from Ciao Bella. I'm going to be working, I already made one, a couple of projects. I'm going to be making this one, and then I'm going to turn around and make a third one. Okay, so you'll have some inspiration for this paper line. And this is still available in our online store. So are the dies, I believe. Maybe. Remember, the dies are seasonal. Well, just like the pads too. So try and get your hands on them while we still have them in stock, okay? So again, this beautiful pad is what I think I'm going to use for my tag. I just think the colors, see, they go so well, right? So I was looking, not only am I in love with this gorgeous pad, but I thought the colors are just perfect. I mean, the yellows are there, right? The golden tones, the greens are there, the browns are there. Yeah, it's all here. And it's so pretty. So, oh, look at that, right? That is so pretty. That might be a choice. These, I think, I want for something else. Stay tuned. I love this pad. Oh my gosh, those two together are magical. Look at all the clocks. I love clocks. The Nutcracker. We saw Nutcracker today at Home Depot, and it was probably like 6 feet tall. Yeah, probably. And it was like the eyes blinked, but it's like a screen, so it's not like a like an eyelid. And then the arms moved, and I think it played music. And oh my goodness, I was just my heart was melting. Oh, look at that too. Look at those colors. Um, and so no, I want that for something else. Oh, that's pretty too. And that is gorgeous. Oh, that's gorgeous. Okay, so those are some options. But yeah, that Nutcracker was so cool. They also had like an almost full-size Grinch that actually played the song. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. I love all those things. But, you know, they're very expensive. So I just admire them from afar. They're just sigh. Oh, this is tough, but we're gonna just pick something because you guys know me. This is my biggest hurdle. It's not coming up with ideas. I was laughing because one of our friends and subscribers, um, her name was Angel, said, Maddie will run out of paper before she runs out of ideas. I love that. I think that's gonna be my new quote. I will run out of product before I run out of ideas. So I want to do something with each and every one of these. I think I'm going to stick with this. What do you guys think? Yeah, see? There's even poinsettias there. Look. Okay. So that's the game plan. Are you guys ready to create? So once again, if you want to create along, very, very easy. We're going to use this. So just get yourself the Nutcracker. This is an 8x8. It does also come in 12x12. And we also have rice paper and all kinds of extra goodies to go with it. Dies and stencils and not dies, excuse me. Stencils and stamps and molds and you name it. So check it out. Rub-ons, I think also. Yeah, it's a whole beautiful collection. You're going to need one page because I think we're just going to make a maybe 4x8 tag. We'll make a nice big tag out of this. How's that? You'll need some of your die cuts from the Elizabeth Craft dies. And then some flowers that you hopefully have in your stash. Again, if you're looking for anything, we have it in store. But that is basically it. To create your foliage and your flowers, again, I use magicals. But you could use your ink pads. You could just cut them straight out of, red cardstock, yellow cardstock, green cardstock, brown, gold. Like this is just gold. And as you can see, some of them are even like missing little bits. You know why? Because I was using my leftovers. See, they're not even full pieces. On some of these, I just used them for other projects. So I just tore the piece I needed. And then others, I didn't even have full pieces because I used my leftover. But since we're going to tuck little bits here and there, you don't need full pieces. And the same thing with some of these branches, you'll notice that some of them are kind of pieced apart already, and that's because they're leftovers from other projects. But by golly, we're going to use some of this stuff to create a beautiful dimensional tag in no time flat. Ready? Gather yourself, and here we go. Okay, very simply, we're just going to cut this, as I mentioned, into 4 inches. I think that's good. What do you think? I think so. Okay, save that for later. The back is beautiful, so I don't think we need to do anything. We could reinforce it. You know what? That is actually a very good idea. I think if we want to make it a little thicker, sturdier, let's do 4 3/4. And since this is 8, we'll also take off a 1/4 inch. What do you think? From the top or the bottom? No, from the top. I love impromptu crafting. I have nothing planned other than to hang out with you guys and we can make this together. And the cool thing is you can change yours up as we go. Okay, why did I shave that? Because I do want to get a cardstock piece to back this up. So let me go get that as well. What color shall we do? I'm thinking brown. What do you think? Yeah, because we have some brown elements. Let's keep it very neutral. I'm going to get a brown for this. Of course, if you do not have a brown piece of paper, simply grab your inks and color your own, because all we're going to need is a small border around. So again, now we're going to cut an 8-inch and 8x4. So 8. Where is my other trimmer? I don't know. I took it upstairs. Save that for another project. And 4 inches. So again, this is a, what am I? Oh, there we go. This is a 4x8. Okay, and that should give us enough of a little edge all the way around for a pop of color, which I think it's adorable. Ooh, you know what I'm thinking? No, let's make a tag. I was going to say, I'm almost thinking this would be really pretty for a cover. We could just create a really quick journal and then just pop this on top. Let's do that. See? Changed my mind already. It's a good thing you guys are flexible, right? I'm going to use my walnuts here. And I'm just going to go around this really quickly just to kind of have it blend into that brown. Yes, I need a quick little fun journal. Ooh, and then maybe we can even use some of those other pages. There, see, that would be a great way to finish using that pad as well. Although it's kind of sad. I'm lucky because I do have another one. So I have an extra one just for next year, just in case. Because I know next year's going to come around and I'm going to want to have this and then I won't have it. And then I'll be like, man. So I did save another one. I was very, very lucky. But I love the Nutcracker. I think it's a fascination because I have so many fond memories. As a child, when I was little, has this been inked? I think so. We used to always go to Radio City Music Hall for the Nutcracker special as a family. My mom always made sure we went every year to see the Rockettes. And by the way, as a child, I used to think, I'm going to become a Rockette someday. That didn't happen. But, you know, I think every girl, or a lot of girls, do dream of becoming a ballerina, right? Not that they're ballerinas, but yeah, I was fascinated by the Nutcracker at Radio City. So I think that might be why I am so fond of the Nutcracker. Okay, so we've got our base, and I'm thinking we'll go this way so that we can still see some of these poinsettias here. This is super easy to assemble. There are 3 pieces, and there's a large, a medium, and a small. If you place them down, you'll see right away, well, that doesn't work. And then if you put it here, Alexa, Stop. Don't you guys get tired of listening to my Alexa during every video and me telling it to stop? I'm sure you do. I need to remember to silence her before I start filming because it does get annoying, doesn't it? I know she annoys me. But without her reminders, I'll be honest, I probably forget half of everything that I'm supposed to be doing. So you see how they just fit? There's only one way that they fit. You cannot get it wrong. So don't fear that. So that's going to go there. And then we're going to have all this greenery behind it and some gold. And we're going to tuck some of that, some of these, some of those, and some of those. And I did get an inspiration from the Elizabeth Craft design team because they use this basket with the red poinsettias too. So of course theirs is totally different, but the concept of just adding the poinsettias to this basket came from them. So of course we like to give credit where credit is due, right? All right, other than that, let's see. Do we want to add some additional bits from the pad? We could, although I think it's going to be plentiful. Like, I think we got a lot going on. But if we wanted to, we could kind of hunt around and see if there's any images that we want to put anywhere. Oh, you know, that would be almost cool to have the Christmas tree. Look at, oh my gosh. You know, you could actually just cut that Christmas tree and just stick it in the basket. And that would be gorgeous. And then just work on, you know, adding some blingage to that as well. That is so cool. But see, we have a lot of stuff going on already. So let's see. We have some pretty corners. But maybe we can, oh, well, if this is our cover, maybe these we're going to use on the inside of our journal. Yes, this is a total impromptu journal. Oh, you know, we have a snow globe. We could put a snow globe kind of tucked in there too. That would be fun. Look at so many good images. That clock would be cool. We could tuck in the clock back there. I do have something planned for the houses, so, but I'm not going to be using this up here, so maybe that would be an option. The ornaments I have something planned for. See, already in my head, I've got, oh my goodness, I love this piece. By the way, there is a fussy cutting pad also. Oh, or the books, look. This was the one that I was using for that other project. Okay, I think I'm in love with that. And I think I'm in love with, that could be it. But where's the other one I said I'm in love with? Oh man, I'm going to have to replay this now because now I lost track of what I was talking about. It was something else. It was a, oh, I know. It was a corner. Hang on. I know you're all shouting at me through the camera going, Maddie, it was blah. This was it. That I love. Okay. So we've got this piece right here we could use on the bottom. We've got this that we could use up top, not feeling it anymore now that I saw that. And we could use the books, but the books are kind of big. Yeah, that stack of books in comparison with that, well, you know what? It could be. Let's not rule it out. Let's not rule it out. What's on the back of this? I'm just feeling this. Just feeling that. Do I want all this greenery? That might be kind of cool. You know what I'm gonna do? We might end up piecing this apart. I think I'm going to save this green down here. Okay, and then I might save some of this, obviously. Oh, look at how pretty it's got little lace on it. Oh, it's adorable. Okay, I'm gonna keep all that. Then I'm gonna come back in here and cut that. So maybe, possibly what I will do, here's my idea, is see how much of that green will show that way, and then I'm going to fussy cut this and see, or I might just completely just cut this out because this is going to be plenty busy and the back is very busy. Maybe. And then I'll save these for something else. Maybe. Let's see. I'll be right back. So let me show you really quick the way that I've cut this. I have kept this all together, and the idea is that this can be mounted. Well, we can even mount it on the outside, you know, it wouldn't look bad on the brown. So we could mount it on the brown this way and then just leave a little bit of brown showing on that side. Or we could just mount it on the smaller piece, and then see, it will have this trim here. And then what we can do is give this some dimension by adding some foam here to the back. And so it'll kind of be a little bit in front and forward and up higher than our basket. So super simple to do. Of course, if you think that's too much of a stretch and a struggle, you can always just kind of come here and cut some of this, you know, kind of like that, or even just cut this poinsettia with the two little candle holders that way. Okay, so either way, super simple. I will try and put placement cards here on the bottom as I'm using items, so in case you have questions as to what is that she's using, you can see exactly what I'm using on screen, and then that makes it that much easier to head on over to our online store, which we hope that you will visit, and find the items that you're looking for, right? But do always remember that all the items that you see featured here, you can find in our online store, plus thousands more. So again, yes, we hope that you will check it out. Okay, I'm simply adhering. And this cuts out, see that? An opening so you can actually tuck stuff in. So we're going to tuck, I'm sorry, we're going to adhere these on. And then I'm going to give all of this a bit of dimension. So I am going to get my foam dots, my foam strips, my foam squares, and yeah, definitely the strips, because the strips are going to be slim enough to allow us to also, geez, I forgot to ink up this thing here. That ink up this just a little bit, not a whole lot. Again, just kind of giving it a little bit of blending so it doesn't stand out, or if it has a white core, if you can see too much of the white core, it doesn't kind of jump out at you, right? And I'm not sure how much of this I'm going to keep. I'll still ink it anyway, just in case, but some of this I'm going to be cutting off, obviously, like, you know, our tag is not that long. Okie dokes. And now I believe that was pretty much it. We are ready to assemble. Of course, we're going to adhere this down. I wish I had my tape runner because that's a little faster, but you know what? We'll use the precision glue press. This is such a great tool. It's kind of funny because I was on the fence. We carried it in store, of course, but I was kind of on the fence, like, oh, should I get it? You know, and then all of our customers started coming in and just raving about how much they love it, that it was worth every penny, that they're so glad they got it. And they convinced me to get it. They talked me into it. I was like, okay, I got to try this, especially for, you know, if you struggle with if you have hand issues. Yeah, they sold me on it. So, and they were right. They were right. What is this little thing? Oh, there it goes. Okay, so if this is going to go, again, you can either mount it here or you can bring it out to here. That's totally a matter of preference. My goodness, doesn't that look pretty just the way it is? It's so funny because sometimes I feel like I'm cheating papers are so beautiful, right? Like this collection is so pretty that I almost feel like I don't need to do anything else to it. It pretty much finishes itself off. I'm going to cut that bit off. Nope, I still need to cut some more. So I'm going to cut down to the green. There. Wow, perfect fit. If we would have tried to cut that as perfect as that, it probably wouldn't have happened. Do you see that? Like it's a perfect size. It just fit. It was meant to be. And then I could mark it with a pencil, but I can also just take a look and know that it's right past that leaf down on the bottom, and voila, we have a perfect fit. Actually, I can trim off a little bit more. Just a smidge. You're better off making it a little longer if you're not going to mark it with a pencil, because then you can always take away more, right? You can't put it back. Well, you kind of can, but you don't want to have to worry about it. And I'm going to save this, not because I'm a miser, but because this is going to come in handy later for those really cool pages that we're going to have in this journal. Okay, so it's going to be something along these lines. So then I know that this is going to get tucked back here. And yes, you are going to lose some of the background. Remember, this is the case with anything that is mixed media. You have to sacrifice some of your background in order to be able to get your page to where you need it to be. Okay, now that that's done, where's my, here it is. Now we can ink that, we can ink this, and really, we're done. It's just a matter of putting this together now. So I will have some music and speed through this process for you, because you don't want to sit here necessarily and watch me glue every last bit of this. But oops, but you can still follow along super easily, especially when it comes to adding dimensional foam, right? Because dimensional foam can take a while, but I'm going to show you something really quick because I do share this with folks. We have the rolls, right? Well, these rolls, by the way, they come, and when they come, it's this big. It's ginormous, okay? But that's what I'm down to, because yes, we use a lot of dimensional foams. We also carry, of course, all kinds of squares in all sizes and colors. But something that is very important to have are the, where are my Hunky Dory and other strips? Hang on. See the strips? These are great because, again, when you go to use your foam tape, right? Say, for example, this one. And that is way too thick for that. Actually, no, that one worked. Wow, that's kind of a miracle. I thought it was going to be too thin. Well, it's kind of stuck on now, so we're just going to go with it. But if it was too thick, then you would be left with a dilemma of now what, right? Well, in this case, we wouldn't have to worry about it, because if we have our strips are thin enough that even if we have something like a twig or a branch and we want to give it some dimension, we are not left with the predicament of having to worry about, you know, trying to cut one of these strips into skinny strips. Forget it, right? That's a disaster. If you've ever tried that before, you know that your scissors get all gunky and gross. And then most of the time it doesn't even work anyway, right? So I do recommend that you always have the strips in your stash. Okay, so that was fairly easy because it worked. Now, will I be adding double dimension or single? I'm not sure yet. Let's see. Single is pretty neat as is, right? But we could go even higher by doubling that up. That might be kind of cool. So again, up to you. And it also depends on your foam. Some foam is thicker than others. Like the white one is thicker than the black one when it comes to these big rolls that we carry. So some squares are just bigger than others, but the rolls are a little bit more economic than the smaller squares. Then I'm going to use my hook tool. We have several hook tools. This is a tool set that comes with 3 pieces. Love that one. But we also have the Studio Light hook tool. So it just depends preference. I like them both, but you have choices. And all that these do is they give you the ability, see, to be able to hook in a matter of a second your backings and smaller things, so you're not sitting there struggling with your backs, because I know I do struggle trying to remove those sometimes. Oh, that got stuck to my nail quite well. They are quite strong. Okay, so there goes the second one of that. If you notice, here's another tip. I do one at a time. So I don't peel all of my backings and then do the second layer, because then I end up getting stuck everywhere. And I don't know if it's just me or if it happens to everybody else, but because of it, I do one at a time. And you can see just how easy the hook tool catches. And I happen to have long nails now, but if you have short nails, oh man, sometimes that can be so hard to peel back. And then one more, this little one right here. And then we'll see how that looks with it doubled up. And if we love it, then we're good to go. And if we feel like, we want a third layer, well, guess what? We can. Although I'm almost out of the black, but I can just switch to the white. So it's no problem. All right, let's see how it looks with a double layer and our apple basket or bushel basket back there. All right. Double looks good too. So either would have been fine. Yeah, I like them both. So, again, up to you. It's a matter of preference. Triple, man, if you want to go for it, go for it. I think because my flowers are going to be dimensional as well, I think that we can call it good on that thus far. I'm not going too far away from with these, because in case I want to add dimension to anything else. But now this is going to give me pretty much the positioning for where I want my basket to go. Now, typically, here's what I like to do, and I do not know where's my tape? One second. Okay, I don't know where my stuff went, but that's okay. Because when I teach the graphic 45 classes, you see me do this a lot, and that is just adding a small bit of tape runner to the back, which allows me to position it, but it still gives me the flexibility of being able to come back, add additional adhesive if I want. Plus, it also gives me the option of removing it if I need to, right? It's not like super glued on there, and I can still tuck stuff in. So if I wanted to come in with some additional images, or, I'm just going to use this for example, because I don't have anything. I still have the ability to tuck all kinds of stuff back here before I commit to finalizing my layout. And now it's time to start playing with our gorgeous elements. So let's do this. This will be last, so we're not worried about that. I'm going to set that off to the side, and we're going to play with all these goodies. Okay, so this is just a super quick idea on the layout. Of course, this is not the layout because I'm going to come through and start breaking apart like some of these branches. You can see that they're kind of wasted back here. We're not going to waste all that goodies, right? No way. All that goodness is going to be displayed somewhere. So I am going to be tearing some of these apart, but I'm just kind of giving you an idea of how it is that I'm going to create this layout. Again, we still have, you know, these flowers that we want to come in here and tuck everywhere as well to give it a pop of white space, you know. So again, just a super quick idea of how this might be looking and how we're going to create this layout, and then just continue to build it out, and it's going to be super busy and fluffy, and it's going to be amazing. Okay, all right, there's an idea. I will be back and show you the completed project. And then of course the other thing that I'm going to do when this is all done, and we got to take that into account also, is this. Obviously all the stuff that's sticking out is not going to be sticking out. Once it's glued, I'll be able to position it better, and then I'll also be able to take a look at all my flowers down here and see what is not going to be, needs to get moved. Okay, so I'll be right back. You know, it never ceases to amaze me how a little bit goes a long way. Look how much I still have left over. And look, this is really, really full. It is really full. And yeah, I mean, we still have enough. I guess we'll do a second one because I have enough for two or yet another project. I'm not sure. But we have this ready to go. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to do. Yes, I want to come back, and I mean, although the brown branches are super cute just the way they are, I think I want to do a little something to them. But I guess I could do that before I do this. No, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to leave it to dry overnight because I'll call it done after this. So again, world quickest tag, or in this case, journal cover. So now I'm going to peel all of my dimensional foam backing off. Isn't that pretty? It's just so full. Can I even show you how much dimension there is? Look at this. And it's jam-packed, layers and layers and layers of stuff, and I just kept adding and adding stuff, you know. But still, look, I have enough for a whole nother one and even probably some leftovers. All right, now we're gonna bring this closer so I can hopefully see it. Again, this is super simple. My mind is racing with all the other things that I'm thinking we could have done, but we're gonna keep it fairly simple. So this is something you can spin out in just a matter of minutes. And there we have our great dimension. We have our super cool dimensional frame, which kind of gives it a whole lot of depth. And then we have all kinds of layers coming up. So next, what are we going to do? Well, the last thing I want to do to this, again, you could have done stenciling. We could have done, you know, heat embossing. We could have done the contour pens, liners. We could have done some of the Finnabar glass beads or other beads and created, you know, some cool little things back here. But let's try and keep it simple. Again, if you guys want to do any of those, I am giving you those ideas, and therefore, you know, you can go, oh yeah, I'm going to do that. But what I am going to do last is I'm going to get some of my liquid pearls in order to create, we could just come in with bling, by the way. So let me show you what I mean. That might be cute too. Hang on. So there are tons of possibilities here. We can come in with our Nouveau Crystal Drops. We can come in, which is what these are right here. I think you can see all the great colors. I mean, look at that green would look amazing. We could also come in with maybe like a gold. We could also use the vintage drops, right? Those are great colors as well. Ooh, a yellow would look kind of nice with those centers, wouldn't it? We could also come in with our liquid pearls, which is what I was thinking. Gotta put those back in there. And again, geez, we could do, this one would be kind of nice. This is the sage, you know. We can do lots of little dots. Or we have some of these, we have lots of these dewdrops actually. Let me find a little something to put some in and I'll show you. We have them in different sizes too. This is just kind of like a random mixed batch. Let me move this out of the way. Move this out of the way. There we go. Okay, so we could use some of those as well. These are amazing double-sided tool. You see me use this a lot. One side has the metal tip. The other side has the jewel picker upper. So they are great for just picking up some of your little jewel. I don't know, that's kind of big, right? Yeah. All right, let's go with the small one. We could pop some of these on here as well. My tip is unscrewed. Okay, so we could pop some of these dewdrops right on there. I'm trying to get it to stay so I can show you. It's kind of hard to get it to stay because it's got no adhesive. Well, let me see if I can do it right. You know what? Let me add a pop of glue. I'm wondering if those would look really cute on here. Let's see. This is where the precision glue comes in so handy. Do you see how control that is? And then that one's kind of a bigger one. Let me go with a, should we do a big one? Maybe it'll stand more too. Of course, when it dries, it's going to dry clear, but we could add, can you see it now right there? Again, when it dries, it's going to dry clear. We can just add those to every one of those and create little, you know, dewdrops, jewel bits. Or my other thought was, I'll show you both because that's easy enough to do. If you don't like something, which, you know, I might come back and do it anyway, I'll add one of these and then I'll show you how this would look too. So I'm going to burp my bottle by tapping it. And typically I started off, let's use the dirty one. I started off just, you know, by squeezing some out to make sure that it's not just going to burp on me in the middle of me doing a project. Again, if it happens, don't worry, it wipes right off. So we could do larger ones or we can do clusters. Oh, hang on, see, I can wipe it off. It's always harder when you're trying to show somebody how to do something, especially when you're in frame, right? You're trying to stay in frame. So we can do little flat backs of our own. And I think I like this one better than the clear one. I think it stands out more. Could be just me, but I'm thinking those really kind of lend a little something more. So I'm going to add some of these. If they turn into Hershey's Kisses like that, see how they're kind of got a peak to them? Do not worry because they will self-level. If you want to speed up the process, you can also tap it from behind and that starts the flattening process. See how already it's kind of flat? So this is another way of adding flat back elements to your designs in a matter of seconds. Now you do have to let them dry. The bigger the daub, right? The dollop, I should say, the longer you'll have to let it dry, especially if you're going to mail it, right? If you're going to mail this and it's going to get squished, you could give it 24 hours, 12 hours. It all depends on how big your flat back element is going to be. Make that one a little there. See? So very cute. And again, those will dry out. Now I'm thinking I can even come back later. Oh, here's a tip for you. If you ever try to put these a little too close, as they flatten, what will happen is they will flatten out and then touch. So imagine like you have these two that you've dropped next to each other, and you do have a little bit of a space. As they flatten, they're going to touch, and when they touch, then kind of become like a blob, like one blob. So always give yourself you know, space in between them. And then if you want to come back and add, you know, additional little ones, which I might do tomorrow, I might just kind of come in and do tip tip taps and just do little ones, or maybe even come in with a second color. That'd be kind of cool. But I think I like them just the way they are. So that is another fun way to add some dimensional and some more mixed media elements to your projects. Now I don't have a red. I wish I had a red for these, but you know what? We have, which is this one? What color is this? We have autumn red metallic. Do I have two of those? I sure do. Can you tell the colors that I like? I also have red berry. I think that's too red. Well, you know what? Let's swatch it out. Let's see how it looks. Because you never know. This is the Spectrum Art Creations, oops, I forgot to mention, color palette. And it is a great tool to have because you can wipe it off easily. They are great for gluing. They're great for testing your colors. They're great for working with because, again, instead of you having a big old mess, you just have it, you know, and you could put it somewhere off to the side, you know, like here. And then if you have colors that you're going to continue to use, you can bring those back. But because I made them white, again, being a fellow artist, I totally know what the things that we struggle with. And so I purposely made it, wipe that off. I purposely made it white so that we can get a true color on here. Yeah, that red, that berry red, is a little too red for my taste. We're going to go with this other one. Again, we're going to burp it again just in case. And now I'm going to come in and add some berries. Do you see how close these berries are? This is where you have to be really, really careful. Like I was just saying, not to go too close because you'll end up with weird blobs instead of, you know, dimensional little berries. So give yourself some space. And if you feel like, well, it's a cluster of three and I want those three, well, wait, you know, an hour or two. You don't have to wait 12 hours for it to dry, especially something this small. Give yourself some time and then come back and fill in the other ones. Once they dry, they won't merge together. And I tell you this because I've learned the hard way. I've come back the next day and I'm like, well, that's a blob. That's not what I was waiting for or looking for. That looks so pretty. That looks so very pretty. See, just little details that we can come back and do. We can also add some stickles to those flames so they look like they're flickering. What do you think? I think that'd be fun. You know, I just saw there's pine cones on here, and there's a gorgeous die that I haven't used yet from Elizabeth Craft, and it's the pines. More exciting too is the fact that I just saw some new dies that came in. I'm so excited. Okay, I think that's good for now. Let's let that rest. I'm sure you can easily see the berries on screen, but see the little tiny dots. I'm trying to show you the dimension. So those will dry in a matter of an hour. Those won't take long. Of course, I think it also depends on where you live, right? Is it cold? Is it hot? Is it humid? Is it arid? Let's get some stickles for those flickering flames, or we could use our glossy accents. That's an idea too. But let's go with some, because we've done glossy accents already. Oh, we could do glossy accents on the glass on the outside. We could do that. Let's go with some some gold flames on there. Let's see. Here are my, I think these are all my metallic colors. What color would you say a flame is? This color? I am going to put my finger in that you know, because I'm trying to work from it from afar. Uh-oh. Sometimes they do get clogged. You just need a needle really quick. And is that the color of a flame? Yeah, I think so. You can also brush on stickles, by the way. So if you want to spread it, you can bring in a brush and spread it out. So perfect example, you can put it, oh, just made a funky sound, didn't it? Come on. I know you're in there. You can also put it on your palette. Bring in a brush. Let's see if I have one here. Spread that. A little bit's going to go a long way. And then pick some more up. Spread it onto the second one. And we have a flickering flame. Okay. Let me show you that. Oh, you could probably see it. I can see it on camera. I can see it from afar. Hopefully you guys can see the flickering candles. Now they're got a nice golden touch to them. Again, we're going to let all of these kind of settle. They're going to become beautiful little domes. And then mm, we might add some glossy accents on there, you know, just to create a window pane on those, because I think that would look awesome. So we'll let this dry overnight. I will come back tomorrow maybe with some still photos. And if I do anything else or I think of anything else, I will definitely come back and update you on that. And definitely tomorrow, I'm going to come in and once it's dry, I'm going to create the journal and then we're going to mount it. So this video might run a little longer, but I think instead of doing part 1, which is this, and then part 2, which is the album, I'll just come back and show you both. How does that sound? I think it sounds like a plan. All right, I'll let this dry and we will hang out tomorrow for you. And will be, what, 2 seconds? All right, I'll be back. Well, guess what happened? I couldn't let it go. I couldn't let it go. So I pressed on. So these are dry. Now to the touch, you can see that they are nice and rounded. I created a chipboard album cover using papers from, of course, the gorgeous Nutcracker. So guess what? I almost came close to finishing the full line, with a couple of exceptions, which I'll share with you guys here in a bit. I created a removable signature so that we can remove this when it's full and reuse again. Used one of the journaling cards for a pocket. Here we've created a cute little tuck spot so we can tuck some stuff in there, some photos. Left plenty of journaling room because I am a big believer in being able to journal inside of a journal. So I do have some a few things here and there, like a big pocket here, so we can tuck in some ticket stubs or whatever we've done that we've journaled on for the month. On this page, I did use one of those really pretty papers, and then using the journaling cards, I'm sorry, the little bottom pieces from the front cover, I create the super cute little thing here, and it is a tuck spot as well. So yes, we can tuck stuff in there and still be able to add maybe a couple of individual little photos, maybe some headshots, or something to that extent. I did add tabs throughout. On this one, again, a great place to be able to tuck in some of those favorite recipes maybe, or things that we've done, as well as use some of the scraps here to cover that back piece. Again, these are just extra scraps, but we can mount our photos right on there and still be able to tuck, some stuff and journal all about it. There's plenty of room to grow. So the good news is that, we can add more papers if we want to. This is just my hand-dyed tea paper. So I've used one of the ephemera pieces just to tuck, create another tuck spot up there. Plus it looks so pretty. Here I've just used one of the leftovers, and I have adhered it by creating a fold. Now, this is not necessarily gorgeous, but I'm not worried because once again, once I decide what comes on here, maybe a to-do list or a Santa list, or maybe my favorite songs for that year, and then over here we can add something else. So I'm not too worried. It doesn't look horrible, but you know, it can be covered is my point. Then here I did use one of the leftover little things. It was like a postcard with the postage stamps. I thought that was so cute. And I made a tuck. This was the leftover piece after I had done the covers and the spines, both on the inside and outside. And so I folded it to create like a double little, we could make this into a tag actually. Didn't think about it, but I can just use my SACs precision angle and make this into a tag. Why don't we do that right now actually while we're here? Because, you know, I've got it ready. I think I'm going to start with the half and see how that looks. Again, if you do not have this tool in your arsenal, well, you're missing out. This is our very own precision angle trimmer. As you can see, angle tool allows you to create your tags in a matter of seconds flawlessly every single time. So now we have a double tag there. So cute, right? Double-sided. With using the scraps, I tuck that in there. More journaling spots. Here I've used another one of the journaling cards, and since I did not do anything interactive on this one, I just went ahead and made it a large pocket here so we can tuck some stuff in there. And then we have our back pocket. Okay, and there we go. We have got our gorgeous elastic removable signature journal done using the gorgeous Nutcracker. Now hang on, hold tight, because I'm going to show you. I did save some papers behind. I did not use all of it. Okay, I did save some, and I'm going to show you which ones I've used and why. Well, not why, because I've yet to fully think out what I'm going to do, but I know that I am going to do something with these, and you can kind of see where my mind was going. I did cut out the houses. Don't know yet what that's going to be, but it's going to be something, so hang on tight. And then this, I've also saved because I plan to do something else. So I've saved some of the book page. I love these books. I need like 50 of those pages. I have saved this book piece. I've saved this snow globe. You'll recognize that in your 8x8 where I've cut them from. And I have saved Clara and the Nutcracker. And this is the only full 8x8 that I have saved. And so you'll have to stay tuned to see what I come up with using those pieces. So I love to hear in the comments what you think it's going to be. What do you think? Actually, you know what? You guys just might give me some inspiration because I still have another 8x8. Of course, I'm still going to create what I had originally intended to create with these because I won't see your comments in time for me to obviously finish the projects. But I would love to hear what your thoughts are that can be done with these because I still have another 8x8 and I just might have to take you up on your suggestions and do some more stuff, okay? Goodness, I gotta clean the table. I've made a mess, but I have crafted, haven't I? Yes, I have. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope you like it. You can see all the great dimension that we worked on. You can see all the wonderful pages and bits that we've created just using some leftover scraps of the collection. So this is now, what project are we on? This would be 1, 2 so far. 3, 4. So we're going to get 4 different projects out of one 8x8. Cool, huh? Yes, exactly. I love using it all. And honestly, there is nothing. I don't even have, I mean, I would say I don't have scraps, but that would be a lie. I guess if you consider this a scrap, right? Nothing usable. How's that? This is literally what is left. Look at this. There is nothing left. We have fully used, or will be using this full pad. All right. I won't keep you any longer. I'm going to leave another video here at the end so that you guys can click and go check that out. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, well, we certainly hope that you click on that subscribe button and that you hit the bell as well, so you can be notified of every single time that we go live. Um, Again, as a reminder, everything that you have seen here, plus thousands more products, are available in our online store, spectrumartcreations.com. And also make sure you check out the Etsy store, also the same name, Spectrum Art Creations, because both of them have different products. So you definitely want to see what's in one and the other. And before I forget, we're giving away gift cards. My goodness, I almost forgot. I should have started with that. um, Make sure that you leave a comment down below because we're still doing gift card giveaways, random comment gift card giveaways. So you never know, one of those might be yours, or two or three. You just never know. So make sure you leave a comment down below, please. And of course, we would appreciate for you to hit the thumbs up, give it a like, and to share with your friends. Also, make sure that you join our Facebook group, because there we post obviously gift card winners and stuff like that. So you'll always be in the know of what videos are coming, what classes, what new lines. You can post your creations as well. Share with us what you have on your table, or maybe some questions or ideas. We'd love to hear it all. So make sure you join the Facebook group. It is Spectrum Art Creation Friends. Okay, here's that other video I promised you. Go ahead and click on that, and I will see you there.